Hi, everybody.
Good evening, morning.
Welcome to the Roll Newscast.
September 21st.
Yes,
I
2012.
thought it was my birthday for something.
You tried really hard.
Yeah.
It's kind of like your birthday.
Yeah, I got a thing. I got a shiny.
Well, what have you been up to, Tony?
I got a new iPhone.
Yeah.
So, okay, more or less no hassle. They tried to hassle. They hassled me a little bit, but I fought them back with my silver tongue. Yeah, I tongued them good.
Oh dear.
So, I got a white 32 gigabyte iPhone 5. It's locked to FIDO, but it doesn't really matter to me.
No.
So, yeah, I'm still kind of working around it. It literally just came out today. I've had it for less than like 3-4 hours.
Well, it wasn't working right off the bat.
Yeah, like I was trying to get my, I don't have my phone music on here. My ringtones are on here. My apps, I'm slowly figuring out which ones I want to keep from my original 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm gonna play around with that. And Siri, I'm gonna see how much I can screw around with Siri before she goes, you know what? Fuck
Tired of you, yeah.
Fuck you. I have all the information on your contacts. I know where you live. Don't screw with me anymore.
Cyborg will appear at your door.
So I'm waiting for Siri to be sentient and self-dependent and Skynet.
Well, with the release of the iPhone 5, there's also the new update, little update for iOS Mountain Lion stuff.
Oh,
that
iOS.
Came out,
yeah. 10.7 or something? 10.7 point something or other.
10.7.0.2 or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
But Facebook integration is now on.
Yes, so
Macs.
Facebook on all your iDevices, including Macs. So look for waves and waves of people going, I'm posting Facebook on my Mac, and I'm posting it from my notification center, because I already did that, but it was more of like a, hey, I can do this now, and then everyone's like, I can do that in Android already. I'm like, I don't care. I'm saying I can do it now.
Now you're caught up. Everybody's catching up.
I don't care if you can do it before. I wasn't saying it was a race.
It's always a race. It's how technology works.
Technology race. It's like the arms race.
Exactly.
So I'm figuring that out. I like the new look. It's lighter. Here. It's lighter. It's pretty.
It's heftier than I kind of thought it would be. Oh, I know it would be lighter, but it
looks
way lighter than it actually. It's deceptive.
I think.
See, my phone looks heavy, and it is.
It's a chunk. It's a beast. If there's a comparison, I would think it's the same weight as maybe a PlayStation Vita.
I haven't really held your Vita.
Okay, well, it's
kinky.
Hot. It's light. It's super light for a phone, though, still, for its size.
See, my phone's lighter than the iPhone 4. That's what this is, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And the 4 and 4S differed, like,
Not
minuscule.
Yeah, I was going to say there wasn't. Yeah, my phone's lighter than that, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But
taller screen, same width, obviously, still.
Yep.
For texting and keyboard purposes, so you can finger it with one hand.
I still can finger it with one hand.
I can finger mine faster with one hand. It appreciates my fingering with one hand. I got nothing. So, I'm super enjoying it. I'm still figuring out all the neat little things that I've never could have done with the 4S.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, you've gone from 4 to 5. You skipped
I skipped
4.5. So
I skipped the 4S. I don't think I needed it.
I don't think anybody needed
4S was kind of if they had not made an iPhone that year and just went into this one.
Yeah, people would have been, I think, way more excited.
Yes, that's the general consensus, is like, even though pre-orders were up by like a bajillion%, word is on the street is like, oh, it's just what's the difference about it? It's just taller. I'm like, it's more than meets the eyes, you guys. There's more going on underneath this.
There is,
you think.
But at the same time, it's kind of like like you said, you kind of go, well, 4S to 5, yes, there's differences.
Yes. So if you and of course, if you already had 4S,
why would you get a 5?
There's a lot of features that already exist on the 4S that work perfectly fine on 5 and backwards and forwards to 4S. Whereas if you're a 4 or lower,
right,
now is probably the best time to get.
It's a good time
Android. Or not Android, but like another iOS device. So.
Which that makes sense, but yeah, and I mean from what I know, when 4S came out, everybody was kind of like, I'm just gonna hold off until the 5. So that's why I think your pre-orders are probably higher too, is everybody's finally going, oh good, the real new phone is out.
Yeah, because this is the one.
As opposed to the test one that they're giving us for.
Because apparently this is the one that Steve Jobs actually worked on himself before he passed away.
His last one before.
Yeah, like the 4S was just kind of like we have the blueprints for the 4. Let's see what we can do with it. Let's
see how much juice. Let's see what else we can get out of this one last machine.
So I'm interested to see what listen to me talking with the next iPhone.
You're like that commercial already.
I'm interested to see what their future generations are going to be like. Obviously, NFC is a big. It's so thin.
They'll be about that tall.
It's so thin, and it'll be thinner.
Yeah. Well, because they can work. The taller they get,
they can put more innards inside of it. Everyone was expecting NFC in it, which I'm not a big fan of NFC. That's with like credit cards and weird figurines. Like credit cards would be the best thing I think, but in Asian countries they use NFC all the time with their not just mobile devices, but they have passing cards that they store, say, money on for bus rides, cab fares, things at the 7-Eleven, stuff like that. So that stuff is all powered with NFC. So in countries like that, if their phone had it in it, all they would have to do is carry on their phone, go on the bus, beep, go on the bus with their phone.
We're not at that point yet.
No, we're barely getting. We're not even getting LTE. I don't even have LTE on this damn sucker yet. No one.
And to be truthful about all this, these phones, especially Apple, is marketed to a Western audience.
Like even though it came out in Japan and Australia first, like you didn't really hear a lot of people in Japan going like iPhone.
No.
This.
Well, because they're already 12 steps ahead of.
Yeah, like they're
everything.
They actually don't. I'd like to see what they feel about the iPhone now because I remember them doing a survey about Japanese people a couple years back. This is probably when maybe the 3GS was out. Japanese people didn't like the iPhone then because it was not archaic, but it wasn't the same level as theirs were in terms of usage.
Well, and then what they get, and then what you can do with other devices. The App Store really locks people down, and a lot of people, it's a comfort to them, but and not even Androids, but just because the phones over there are insane. But phones where you can tweak stuff around and play with that kind of stuff, they like that. Yeah. That's how they roll, because they're like, oh yeah, I got this app that does this, I built it. Or, Bob had it, and he just gave it to me.
We don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Because you can't get it. I'm the only person who has it.
Right.
You want a copy?
Yeah. Because that's how it kind of rolls over in Asia
and
they're 20 leagues
I'm perfectly okay with that. Just because we're not, we're going to be 50 before that we see anything like that.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
Not even close.
So.
That said though, for some reason my 3G works way better on this phone than it did my iPhone 4.
Just the innards and all the other stuff.
I'm thinking it's because the damn freaking antenna thing. Yeah. The antenna thing I think was the big thing.
Remember
before.
that issue where you were all like, hey, I can't talk on my phone.
Fuck.
You're holding it wrong, Tony.
Oh, right.
Hi, can you hear me?
Oh, hi, Steve.
Yeah.
So I think that might be the big case because they did fix the antenna issue.
Yeah.
Somehow. Whatever.
They probably moved it.
Yes, they were like, fuck. But now there's a new thing happening.
Uh-oh.
The reason why I didn't really want a black phone in the first place.
Da-da-da.
They're saying that the black anodizing on the side of the phone rubs off like no tomorrow.
Oh.
So on the white one, it's not a big deal because there's no paint on it, so you can scuff it all you want.
Right.
And it will look more or less the same.
The same.
But on the black one, you can see the silver underneath the black. So it's like, fuck my life.
Yeah, but eventually that would just turn into silver.
Yeah, I know. It's
all in all.
I recently got it reactivated too, so because Rogers and Fido are being idiots.
It's still playing. He's still playing.
I'm playing. It's a new toy.
Have you played any games recently?
I bought Borderlands 2 and I bought Halo Reach. I literally have them
Aren't the boxes very pretty?
I know. For Borderlands, you get a sweet Marcus bobblehead, and you get some sweet maps, and the art book's really nice in it actually, as most of those usually are. I'm really excited I didn't get the ultimate loot chest. That's the $150 one.
It's a cool chest though, right?
No.
Or is it
this
big?
It's about yay big. It's about yay big, yay tall. From the pictures that you see, you think it opens up and it has the thing that pops out?
Yeah. No.
No, it just opens.
Awesome.
And it's hollow inside.
Oh.
So it's like, this is the worst piece of thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, because that was the big draw.
I was like, oh man, it's like the ones from the game, and it pops up, and then the things pop up too. And if that was like that, sold.
Especially for
sold.
that. Well, because
Yeah.
look at Skyrim. Like
Skyrim.
I've seen that statue that came.
Yeah.
That is a massive statue.
It looks really nice too.
Like that's what I mean. It is big. It is even
heavy.
Even Halo Reach has the
Halo Reach is
Todd
legendary.
McFarlane.
Yeah, the McFarlane figurines. Yeah.
It is. I have it in my room.
I have it somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna put mine.
I know it's hard to. It's big, right? So you sit there looking at that Borderlands thing, going, "Man, that could be an actual like
case.
chest."
No, it's about this big.
That's disappointing. See, that's disappointing in its own right. Even if it was bigger and it's still like you opened it and stuff didn't open, I'd be okay with that. If it was like marginally, like I could put it at the bottom of my bed as an actual centerpiece. Like my Halo Reach box is big enough. I have blankets.
I use my Halo Reach box as a foot.
Yeah, I have blankets. I have blankets in mine, and so you take it out, and it's like, oh, your cold blanket.
That's a good idea. I should put things in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ultimate loot chest, not a good deal. For $150,
Not worth it. Yeah.
do not recommend it. There's bits and pieces in it that are cool, but it like there's a character called Sir Hammock or something like that, which has he has a diary inside the ultimate loot chest one, which has got the weathered look to it, and it's got his diary notes. That's cool. The map that comes with the ultimate loot chest is a cloth map. So again, kind of cool, but that's kind of the only thing you're really getting.
Because how much was the special edition?
$99, and I got mine because Future Shop likes to discount games all the time. I got mine for $89, so I got mine for $90 in total instead of 100 something.
But
so
for that extra 50, like I don't know.
It's not worth it. No. Like the extra
cloth map is not going to cost $1 bajillion to me.
Nor is a weathered journal. It looks very cool.
It took a lot of tea to make those pages that color, you know that.
I'm just waiting for the day like I see the ultimate loot chest on sale for like $50.
Well, that's how I got Reach.
Well, I'm a big fan of Borderlands, so that's why I'm okay with paying $99 for Wobblehead and the art book and some stickers and some. You still get a map in the collector's edition. It's just not a cloth map.
Right.
So, like I'm comfortable paying $80 for that.
Yeah.
So. And I will promise I will play it.
Eventually.
I've got a test to study for Monday, so we'll see. See maybe Monday afternoon or something. Unbox that. Unboxed Halo Reach. That actually was a beast of a thing to unbox.
I like Reaches.
It's this.
Because even like all the little cases you get with all that stuff, there's more to it. Like you open the journal.
I'm surprised how much
in the journal.
I'm really surprised how much lore there is.
I know, right?
In the Halo verse.
Like that just. Bungie has worked harder than people really give them credit for, because Halo 1, 2, and 3 are really just
shooter. But
like
they don't really
Master Chief has to get from point A to point B because the world's going to, or the universe is going to explode.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really go into a full like. Yes, they broaden. It's broader than that. But when you look at this book for Reach, it's like, holy jeez, you guys went crazy.
It's whether I don't know if you've actually flipped through it or not. There's a couple pages that are ripped out, which I'm like, if I knew anything more about the Halo-ness of this, I would want to know what are on those other 2 pages that are gone.
But I mean, there's stuff in that journal. Like I found stuff after I had unboxed it already and went back to grab something out of the box, and I'm like, isn't this cool? And it's like, what the hell's this now? Like,
that is for $150. That's worth $150.
Yeah.
We just lucked out and got it for $50.
Yeah. If I'm gonna get stuff like that, I'm gonna get it cheap. But because I don't have a lot of space for those things.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'd probably buy a lot more collectors.
Well, the Borderlands one's not too bad.
Bobbleheads,
most of it is just box.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
That's what I mean. Like box, I can toss, but like, you know, big statues and stuff. It's like, where am I gonna put this? I'm already out of room.
Like you've seen my amplifier at home. It's got the. I think that's where the Reach is gonna go, behind everyone else.
It's a very nice statue too. Yeah, it's awesome.
Like I was really well. McFarlane stuff is always really good.
The McFarlane company makes good stuff. So.
That's kind of what I've been playing.
You've been playing unboxing?
I've been playing unboxing.
That's pretty much all,
Unboxing iPhone, unboxing Reach, unboxing games, and looking at them and going, man, that looks really pretty on my shelf.
I should play that, I should play that sometime.
That looks really pretty, I should. So what have you been playing?
I unboxed Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, speaking of it, I got that for $10 on Blu-ray.
Nice.
Because of the... Okay, so Future Shop fucked up with my Borderlands order.
Right.
They didn't send me the code for
Right.
the Premier Club, which contains an extra chest, some items, and the bonus character that's coming out next month for
Right.
$10. So I'm like, what the fuck, Future Shop? Send me my code. They're like, oh, Mom, I'm so sorry. Here's a $10 credits or something.
And your
I'm like,
code, I'm hoping?
no. The code's coming eventually.
Oh, okay.
They said to call them on Saturday. I'm like, you guys are idiots. So, Future Shop's just up and down all the time. Like, sometimes I love them, sometimes I just quite not like them.
I'm fed up with Best Buy at this point too, but
Yeah, no, Best Buy Future Shop's not quite,
Yeah,
quite
no.
so good. But they gave me the $10 credit. I'm like, okay. And I looked on the Future Shop website, and Cabin in the Woods is like, this price is only until November 20th or September 20th. I'm like, order. Hey, so I got an order I can take $10 off of. So that's coming to me on Monday.
Excellent.
I'm excited. Yeah, Cabin in the Woods.
I've watched the commentary.
Good.
It's Drew Goddard and Joss Whedon. A lot of the bonus stuff does overlap because Joss and Drew get really nerdy and start talking about the same things over and over and over again. So the commentary, you watch that and you go, oh, that was great, that was hilarious. And then there's a WonderCon Q&A, and a lot of the same stuff gets answered there.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of go, oh, okay. So the farther you go with some of these special features, you kind of go, oh, okay. It gets a little less exciting just because you've heard it 12 times. But honestly, the commentary is awesome. The movie, again, was awesome because now you're looking for little things that you weren't looking for before. And then, so I watched the movie twice this week. So, and then when you watch it with the commentary, Drew and Joss start pointing out a bunch of other stuff like, oh man, like, you know, nobody notices this right off the beginning of the movie, but once you've seen it like once and you watch it again, you start to notice little things. Like, you know, their characters are said, it's said that they change. Fran Krantz, the stoner character.
The best character.
Yeah, the best character. He mentions that Chris Hemsworth character, you know, shouldn't be calling people egghead because he is a smart guy. Like, he's not the jock.
No, yeah.
He is actually, like, he's on the football team, yes, but he's actually, like, you know, 4.0 GPA, actual smart guy. And you don't catch that, really, the first time you watch it. But in that first scene when they're in her bedroom and he's talking about books, he's like, yeah, the professor's an idiot, he doesn't like this, like, read this book. And he still pulls out a book that's, you know, 5 bajillion pages long, going, read this, trust me, the professor will love you even more if you read this. So he is actually, you know, oh! And Joss and Drew are like, yeah, no one caught that. And even the redhead dancing around in her underwear right off the bat. And then all of a sudden she becomes like this sheltered, closed-in, like, character. So they're like, yeah, we tried to put as much into that first bit as we could, going like, yeah, they were, you know, different.
There's dynamic levels in these characters.
Yes, they were different, and now they have changed, but due to timing and all that stuff, they couldn't keep some stuff in. But it's nice that watching the commentary, they're like, see this, that's that little hint that you get. See this, that's that little hint that you
I
get.
don't like this chair.
It's the same chair we sat in last week,
No,
or the week
didn't.
before. They're the same chairs. And with that, I also,
So, yes.
Cabin in the Woods, buy it. It's honestly
It's one of the best movies you'll see this year.
there's another special feature on there that I don't know what it means. It's like bonus view mode or something like that. But no, nothing explains it. It just says, like, on the back of the box, it's like, yeah, bonus view mode. And in the options, it's like bonus, you hit it and it just starts playing the movie, so I'm like,
Maybe you should watch the movie with bonus view mode on.
I've already watched it twice. Like, I'm sitting there going, I like the movie.
Did you find the Reaper in that? The Reaper?
No, I haven't. I didn't stop to check out all the monsters, but there is this bonus feature where they talk about all, like, a bunch of the monsters that they threw into it, so.
That's good. That's cool.
And because Drew Goddard likes working physically as opposed to with CGI, so a bunch of that stuff was costumes and people. Like,
oh yeah, if you've seen the movie, you will understand
Yeah.
what that means. Like, merman.
Oh yeah.
The ghosts with the masks on.
And they have about 9 minutes of footage of that merman.
Oh really? Just somewhere?
to get the spray right.
Oh really?
Yeah, like that is how crazy Drew Goddard got into this with the directing of the movie.
I'm really maybe that's why this movie took forever to come out.
No, it was
Or was it just because of the licensing?
there was the 3D,
the 3D,
and then MGM ran out of money.
yeah, I know about that stuff,
Yeah.
but I thought
So that's what
Yeah.
took forever. So Lionsgate, pretty much once Lionsgate got a hold of it and everything kind of kept going, it was like Lionsgate supported it fully, blah 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 blah, and then it finally came out. So it did take a while, but no, it was not because Drew was like crazy. They were 2 days over, I think, or a day and a half over on their shooting schedule. So that, in movie terms, I feel that that's good. You know, like to me, that doesn't seem like it's a lot over. But I don't know. I don't make movies. I do not know. So and then
you play any games?
Madden 13.
I hear it's like football.
It's not like football.
Do I get hit?
Yeah, but not. It's so weird. These new. I talked about the physics engine.
Yeah.
For NHL. They used a similar physics engine in this game. And
so if you get hit real hard,
you'd think, right? The hits look weird because they try to make this whole physics thing work in like realistically. So if I go in to tackle you, instead of like tackling you, like this would be a tackle. These guys kind of like.
Oh, so they kind of, it's like the Grand Theft Auto 4 thing where it's like, and LA Noire with the physics engine when it was super awkward and you'd fall down and you'd kind of ragdoll the way downwards.
Well, yeah, so your guy kind of half ragdolls down, and then like another guy's running towards you, and he trips over you. And he looks like it. So eventually it looks like this pile of idiots all over the field. And I'm like, this is just weird. And then I go to run the ball, same thing. One of my own players, his butt gets in my way, I literally bounced off his butt and fell down. Due to real physics.
Maybe that happens in real football. I don't know much about real football.
I watch football though. Like,
is that?
And I've run past people. If I like run past someone and brush them,
yeah,
I don't go like falling to the ground.
Maybe it's over real physics.
And that's what I mean. Like it feels very overdone. Like it's so they've tried so hard to make it realistic that it is no longer realistic.
That's creepy.
It's spitting things at you. But yeah, so that and then just the entire game was awkward, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the review, but there's put your face in the game.
Oh, so there's Kinect things on Xbox.
It's not Kinect. This is actually through EA's website. You can log into your, because everybody has an EA account now, not Origin, but your EA Sports account.
Right.
Because you have to have 1,200 EA accounts.
And the sports game?
Yeah, through your EA Sports account, you can put your face in the game. So you actually take a picture of the front of your face and the side of your face, and they did this ages ago in one of the NHL games on the PC.
They did this with a lot of things when cameras first started shipping.
Ages ago, yeah.
On consoles and stuff.
Well, and they're like, put your face. So this one actually, online, my face creepily looks like my face.
That's good.
It's pretty close.
Okay.
Like if that were in the game, I would be impressed. What showed up in the game is scary as shit.
I feel like you should have taken a picture to.
I almost wanted to, and then I kept forgetting because the game just kept pissing me off. So, but because you can make create a character mode, so you can either make a coach or you can make a player. Well, the player doesn't look too crazy because he's always got his helmet on. But so you put the helmet on, and my eyes are like.
So yes, those are my same colored eyes.
Well, it looks like my face. It just looks like my face. Like if I were wearing a mask, you know, you'd see my face. This one, it looks like I'm wearing a mask. Like everything's just blown way bigger than it should be, and it's kind of creepy. And then you go into Coach Ball, because as you play as one player, it sucks.
Wait, playing as a coach?
Because you go, no, playing as a player sucks. Because playing as a player, you get to pick one person.
Yeah, because if
you were the quarterback. So your entire job is quarterback, and this is.
Do you ever play any other linemen or defensemen?
Not if you're playing that part of career mode. If you make a character, like an actual player character, all you get is you doing like I said, you're the quarterback. You hike the ball, like you go, you get it, you choose the plays, obviously, that you're running.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're doing a running play, you catch the ball and literally you don't have to touch a thing. Because your guy, like the quarterback backs up automatically, and if you're doing a handoff, it will automatically like hand off. So you literally press the A button, or the X button, depending on what you're playing on. And, or if you've got Connect, you literally go, hike! Your guy backs up, hands off the ball, and the computer takes over.
That's not incentive enough. I would imagine like you'd be like, like some sort of fake football or something.
So if you're doing a throwing play, you go hike, and then you get the ball, and then you go, click, take the throw, and then throw. And as soon as the guy catches it, again, you are not in control. So it's kind of like, why am I playing this way? And if you pick a different person, like you pick one of the receivers, your job is literally to run down the field, turn around, and hope that they throw you the ball.
Is this meant for like multiplayers?
You can do an online with like 32 of your friends, so you might not even get a chance to play, depending on who your coach is.
That sounds interesting enough, though.
So that part is intriguing to me, but you need an online pass to do all that stuff. And you need a ton of friends to actually pull that kind of jump off.
Like you probably only have like 4 or 5 people that would play Madden with you.
I don't have anyone that would play Madden with me.
Well, there you go.
So, but that's what I mean, like it's...
See, the thing is, I think that would be a huge hit in
the States. It would be huge.
Because
yeah, if you had that many people that played Madden together, it could be kind of cool.
Yeah, like say you'd have your fantasy football league doing whatever, and then
you and your buddies.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like you and your buddies would be like, "Oh man, let's just play some Madden." Okay.
Yeah.
Tonight at like 6, let's play. And so you get like even 10 of your friends.
Well, and EA Sports does do a good job of actually having like leagues go and seasons in like seasons. So seasons only last a couple months or a month, and then like there's a winner at the end of a season.
Yeah.
On the EA, and they get like touted on EASports.com and all that stuff. So and that's in the NHL franchise too. But to me, NHL, you create a character, whether you're a defenseman or a forward or a goalie, you're always seeing action. Like you're always in the mix. Whereas with football, half the time you are.
You know what I'm really surprised?
Kind of just standing there. So
I'm surprised NHL or Madden or even FIFA for that matter I'm surprised they don't do what Rock Band does with Create a Band. Why don't you just create a team?
You can.
Create a team and then have like a game specifically for create a team modes where you can go online or download the data and then play against them online. And then when the opponent logs in, they can see like, oh, this person beat me here, and I lost over here, and I beat these guys over here. Here are my stats on my own custom team that I would spend an hour tweaking and tooling my specific players for my teams or whatever sport it is. Like that sounds like something that I would be more interested in at this point.
See, and you can totally, and then you go into coach mode in this game, and again you can put your own face on the coach, which again is just creepy as hell. But I look like an alien.
13?
Yeah. I'm not sure if you'll be able to find one, but and the graphics never look as good as any of the screenshots, because all of those screenshots are replays, where they render things way more than you ever see in the actual game.
So you're saying that the visual department for these sports games has hit a glass ceiling?
I honestly think from what I saw of gameplay of the last Madden game, it looked better.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm not sure if the physics engine took up too much and they kind of had to...
EA Tributon, that's the developers.
Yeah.
Not even EA Sports anymore.
So
You're indifferent about this Madden?
because I mean I've played other football games and I enjoy them, and I guess I like the fakeness of them.
PS3 version has strange blurriness, whatever. I'm not going to play this game anyways. Either way. Oh, occasional ragdoll physics.
Occasional, huh?
I don't know.
So I don't know, like there's up points, like it is headed in a good direction if this is a new engine and they have to work on it.
Yeah.
It is moving in a good direction. It just needs a lot more work. But yeah, in coach mode you can totally trade players and do this and work out your
that's
team.
better.
So that's what I mean, like the coach parts, and then playing the game as the coach. You pick the plays, and this is where the Kinect comes in again. And this is what I found really fancy, is because audibles, which is when you switch plays on the fly. So you're already in your, you've done the huddle. You're like, hey, we're gonna run the ball. and then you get up to where they're gonna, you start to play, and you notice that the entire team is lined up ready to block a run.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shoot. So you call an audible. Well, to call an audible, you have to go, I believe it's click the right button, or the right stick, hit X on the Xbox, so square?
Yeah, that would be square.
Square. Then you have to go down with the D-pad to select either a run, a deep pass, a short pass, or a shotgun pass. And then the play reset, and then you go. Instead of the connect, you go audible, short pass.
Oh, that's good.
So there's not and then of course you go hike, and you hike the ball. So there's not like, the connect's not like motion crazy, it's literally like you're calling.
It's a better with connect.
Yeah.
Not with.
Yeah. Again, yeah, it's better with connect, because I found, of course, that's way easier than clicking 12 buttons. So the connect part I really enjoyed.
But that's all subtle stuff that's found in most modern Connect games.
Yes. So the better with connect thing, I think, is the way that connect should have been branded in the first place. I've said that right off the bat. I'm like, man, it would be cool if they
Mass Effect was the first game that
really brought it home. Yeah.
Yeah, really made it feel.
Well, and then I think everybody kind of.
Oh, I've got another story we can add.
Oh, good. Oh yeah, I read about that. So.
Wait, what? What am I talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, I did.
We'll figure it out. Either way,
mind sharing.
Yeah, I did not like Madden 13.
I don't like sports games at all. So would I enjoy this game?
No, you definitely would not.
So it's not even tailored for people who have not enjoyed sports games.
No, and that's my thing. Is it is not an easy game to just hop into, because I played pro, which is what I normally play on sports games. It is not hard. It is not easy. It is somewhere in between. And EA always has the hardest time managing their difficulties, because in NHL I play pro and I can still win 13-5. But then I go up to the next one and I lose 13-5.
Oh.
So there has to be like one more.
Oh, so it's the Capcom style of difficulty levels.
Yeah.
You want to play hard? Here's extremely hard. You want to play easy? Here's hard.
Yeah. So I booted it down to the easiest mode, because rookie, I believe it is, because every time I threw the ball, there would be no one there. Like, my guy would be all like, I'm open, there's no one around me for miles. I'd throw the ball, their guy would like flash run his way over and catch the ball and intercept it.
I think Madden 13, NFL 13 would be great on the Wii U, or something with a something with a tablet device.
I even said that at the end of the review. I want to play it on the Wii U just to kind of go, if I can make my own plays.
Yeah.
That'd be super. Those kind of little tweaks I'd like to try with the game, and
because on the Wii U version you will be able to draw your own paths and stuff.
Right, and on the Wii U version they've also had time to maybe hopefully kind of tweak the little parts of the engine.
It's not going to look as pretty though, I don't think. But
we don't know about that one.
Yeah, from what I'm understanding is Madden's not exactly a graphic intensive game.
It is as soon as you hit replay mode.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you watch the replays, your plays look gorgeous. When you're playing them, because you're always from this top-down view.
Yeah, it's always like miles above.
Yeah, you're not like always right in on the action. And when you are, like they touted the one year that like each grass blade was individual.
That was for the replay, wasn't it?
It was pretty much only for replays. Because in the game now, if you watch it, your guy's running and there's like nothing going on. Well, there might be, but again, your player's this big and your camera's here.
I find that really ridiculous.
So
that every grass blade is unique
or
something, rendered in 3D.
Yeah, that was their own thing. That was the big thing. Because then, like, when the guy landed, the grass blades would move appropriately around his foot. You're like, wow, someone spent an entire year working on that.
Grass physics.
Well, because they're already working on Madden 14.
They're probably working on Madden everything.
Because that's the development cycle of these games is.
I think what it is like they just have a giant whiteboard of ideas that they want to put into Madden.
They do, and then
whatever gets done first, they'll put into the next Madden game.
That's how it works. They even talked about that with the last NHL game. They're like, yeah, so some stuff didn't make it, and other stuff did, because they go down the list and they go, okay, guys, for NHL 14, we're gonna work on getting this into the game. If we can get into the game too. If we run out of time, NHL 15. So, and that's how, they've even admitted that's how the sports cycles work. So unless they're going to skip a year every year to make a huge improvement.
Wait. NHL 14.
Yeah.
Is there going to be one?
Yeah, there's already an NHL 13.
But what about the lockout?
They don't care.
Okay.
You pretend it doesn't happen in the video game. That's why half of my friends have bought NHL 13 because of the lockout.
Are you kidding? That's awesome.
Well, because they sit there going, if I can't get real hockey, I at least can like
look at decent.
I can play hockey. I can get some Oilers satisfaction out of.
That's funny.
And then some of my friends go crazy with the trading and the this and the that. Like I have, when I got NHL 11, I traded Dustin Penner like that because I don't like the bum.
I'm assuming he's not very good.
Not in real life. In the game, his stats are pretty good, but I still don't care. I trade people I don't like. Like if I don't like them in real life, that's why they get traded. Because the games aren't so hard that you need like that ultimate team of greatness.
But what if you had the ultimate team of?
It really doesn't make a huge difference.
Oh.
So on my NHL game, it was literally a case of me pretty much when all the contracts came up, I'm like, I'm going to pay you like $500,000 less than what you got last year, even though you're NHL champions. And if they didn't accept it, I'm like, okay, bye. I don't need you on my team. So
this is what you were paid in real life.
No, I paid them less than what they got paid in real life.
Oh wow. They would have locked you up way early.
Well, no, so all the people are like, well, I don't need the Oilers, thanks. And they left. And so my entire team was pretty much made out of like rookies and Ryan Smith and like one other guy who stuck around. And I'm like, cool, because then all of a sudden the game got a titch harder. Because my rookies, their stats weren't as high. They don't skate as fast. They don't shoot as hard. So the game got, I still won every game like, 10-5, but it was 13-5. So little things. Either way, Madden is what I played.
Sports. Anything else?
No. I keep kind of thinking I should play something else, and then I look at my wall of games and go, I'm just going to watch Community. So that's what I...
Community, October 14th? 21st. No, not 20. Yeah, 21st.
I have an app for that.
No, it should be October 21st. It's the last Friday of October.
Okay.
Whatever that one is.
I don't know.
Siri, what is the last Friday in October? Don't fail me.
Especially on camera.
Okay, Batman. I found at least 25 events between September 30th, 2011 and October 31st, 2011.
That's not what I'm asking for, Siri, but okay. I get to abuse this little girl.
Let me check on that.
Either way.
Here's what I found.
Okay.
Thanks, Siri.
It's an endorsement.
I'll endorse you.
Word frequency history from 1539 to 2007. Our occurrences per million per year. Wow.
So you just have an app that tells you when things start?
From 1950 to 2000, we used from 5 million time. Oh, wow, that's...
October 19th. You're welcome.
I got sidetracked.
So I have an app for that.
I have an app for that too. Siri, launch my calendar.
No, I have an actual television app. It's delightful.
Yeah, Siri launches my apps now. That's pretty useful, actually. Is that it?
News.
So first piece this week.
Start with the thing that you thought of that we haven't written down.
Oh, geez. That's not what I was thinking of.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I know. That's So BioWare news.
Yes.
Some BioWare news. It's two. It's two of them.
I know.
So Dragon Age 3.
Yes.
The Inquisition. The long-awaited Dragon Age sequel from the leak 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Has now officially been announced because we didn't think it was coming.
I don't know. I'm still.
I know you don't care about Dragon Age. I extra don't care about Dragon Age. I just find it funny that they're like, by the way, guys, Dragon Age 3 is a real thing. Be surprised about it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm ambivalent towards. It's a good word. I'm ambivalent towards Dragon Age.
I'm neutral. I don't care. I don't care for it. It's like the same thing I don't care about. Skyrim. I don't care about Skyrim because I don't like the medieval RPG stuff.
See, I like
now for Fallout, love it.
See,
Mass Effect, love it.
And I like medieval stuff because I dug The Witcher and I dug the Kingdoms of Amalur games. There's a production value in Mass Effect that is not in Dragon Age that I feel if the same kind of time and effort were spent in Dragon Age's Mass Effect, people would like Dragon Age way more.
I think because the team, now I know this for a fact that there's different
teams.
Different Bioware teams working on different things.
Which, understandable.
But I think they should figure out what makes Mass Effect so much more unique and better than Dragon Age. Because I feel as though Dragon Age has been told before, but just as, with a different skin. I mean, there's only so much you can do with, oh man, you have to save the world from the dragons, or save the world from the evil forces of darkness. Whereas in something like Mass Effect, there's so much more you can do because a lot of that is more science fiction-y.
And at the same time though, even Dragon Age feels clunky.
And it feels clunky, that's for sure.
And the graphics just aren't as...
Dragon Age 2 doesn't look good, does it?
It looks better than Dragon Age 1.
By how much, though?
A lot to me. I like Dragon Age 2 way more than 1.
See, I don't like Dragon Age 2. And maybe that's just because I'm coming from the Mass Effect.
And yes,
standpoint.
And
because Mass Effect looks outstanding, bar none, any platform you play it on.
Yes.
So.
But that's what I mean. You look at Mass Effect. I'll do it up here so you can all see. Mass Effect, Dragon Age, and I don't take two of the guys from the Mass Effect team.
Yeah.
And move them down here.
Jay, you should work for Mass Effect. You used to work on the Dragon Age one. Because their story needs a lot of help.
And their stories always need a lot of help. And
I feel that Dragon Age is so very bland.
Yes, it's a very bland fantasy game.
It's not.
I don't get why.
It doesn't feel why. I don't get why people like it.
No, I
if you're gonna play this, go play D&D. Go play.
Well, and that's why I think
MMOs.
I enjoyed Kingdoms of Amalur.
Well, that was colorful.
Is because you get the guy, Salvatore, who helped write the story.
Yeah, that's a different. We can't really.
He does D&D.
We can't really contest that. So.
He writes D&D stuff.
Yeah,
he literally writes the Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and Forgotten Realms stuff. But he writes in the rule books for D&D, so you get that feel in that game. You get that anything can happen. It's kind of kooky.
Because when Dragon Age came out, people were really like, "Oh man, this is great! This is another one of those fantasy RPG games. This can be good." But then again,
you can play as a bunch of different characters.
But the story was just so vanilla. All of it.
In number 1, it was everybody kind of their escape for the vanilla-ness of it was they had to make different openings for 2 different dwarves, 2 different elves, 2 different humans, and a mage. So there was 7 different beginnings you could do. So they're that's where most of the bulk of the story is in the beginning of all these characters, and then they just end up on
the same
relatively the same path the rest of the way through.
Yeah. Whereas Mass Effect is the opposite way around.
Oh, and that's what they tried to do in Dragon Age 2. Was here's this individual character now.
Yeah.
Play through it, except then the story was still bland.
I'm interested to see what Inquisition is going to be like. Not that I'm going to get it day 1, obviously.
No.
Or any day, but.
If I can play as a dwarf, you've got me day 1.
Yeah, that's right. They took out the dwarf.
They took out my dwarf in 2.
So, BioWare news.
Yes.
Dragon Age sequel. And another sequel.
Mass Effect. It's getting more DLC for number 3 before anything.
Yeah, it's more story. Because Leviathan came out and that was well received.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
They put dragons in Mass Effect.
Yeah, apparently. Essentially. So.
Space dragons! See, that's what you need in Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Space dragons.
Yeah, jump a couple billion years.
Not even. Just have space dragons come down from the sky and everybody's like...
Yeah, but then people are going to be like, Bahamut?
Yeah.
Yeah, they could call it Bahamut.
See?
Might as well.
We've just written Dragon Age 3.
Done. Bahamut, space dragon, comes down to wreck Earth. Whatever it is.
Or, and here's another thing, just before we keep going to Mass Effect. Ditch the... We're fighting evil forces of doom.
Be evil.
Not even that, but fight... If it's called the Inquisition, literally you're fighting against another human force. That would be cool.
I think that's what they're going to be doing.
Because a lot of...
I'm not sure how much story is linking between 2 and 3, or 1 and 2, and I don't know if there is a sort of a loose ending in 2. I don't know.
No.
Probably not.
His story kind of ended.
Okay.
Like, he could keep going. His story was not like, the world's going to explode. It was kind of, his world was going to explode if things didn't happen, so...
Okay. Well, I'm not sure how much connectivity there will be between Dragon Age 2 and 3 then.
There'll be something.
Barely.
You'll hear of
This
this
is the world.
hawk character that, appeared.
And then if you have a save from Dragon Age 1, your character will appear as an NPC.
That'd be cool.
That would be neat, because it's not like it's difficult.
But yeah, like, if they fought another human force, I think that would be really cool in that kind of series. You don't see that a lot, and you don't see it well done, and I know BioWare could do it.
They can. I mean, the writers are super talented over
That's
there.
what I mean, they have really talented people at BioWare, they just have to start using them properly.
Yeah, I mean, Mass Effect more or less is done,
Yeah,
for
well,
the most part. I mean,
they've said that's the rest of the news is...
So Mass Effect, not 4, but the next Mass Effect game.
Yes, they are going to continue with Mass Effect after 3.
They've already said that, though. The only thing they've said for certain, other than a damn, half a second of a breath, is that Shepard is dead.
Well, Shepard is no longer the main protagonist of the story, is essentially what it was.
He will
The
not,
Shepard trilogy is done.
Yeah, his tale is done, and whoever is up next is up next.
Because yes, spoilers by now it shouldn't be, but in certain cases, Shepard lives.
Yeah. Maybe. We don't.
He
It's so wish-washy. It's not even.
So depending on if they shoot into the future or if it's just Shepard, if he survived in your game, could appear at a certain point.
I think that's probably
just as like a, holy crap! It's
Or I don't know if you got to the part with Jack in Mass Effect 3, where Jack's ghost is attacking. That could happen.
Yeah.
As like, oh man, Shepard's now part of the new alien force. He's attacking us.
Yeah.
And he's like a side boss that exists only if you got that ending.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like Shepard could come back for a cameo, but he will not be the main focus of the next Mass Effect game, which they are working on.
Does that surprise anyone?
No.
No. I mean, it's one of their biggest selling franchises.
Again, I can see if BioWare was still just BioWare, being done with it. Just kind of like, well, that was fun. Let's work on making Jade Empire remix so it's actually a good game as opposed to what it is.
Hey, let's do an Neverwinter Nights game, guys.
Yeah, but that's what I can see BioWare kind of leaving Mass Effect and doing something else.
Yeah, because the what's their phase? Insomniac Games have given up their reins on Resistance.
Yeah, but
so it's not uncommon for companies to lose their IPs.
It's not even losing. They just kind
They're
of
letting them go for that matter, like Bungie with Halo.
And Bungie with Halo, they let it go. I'm just saying BioWare can kind of just be like, you know what, Mass Effect is in a good place. Let's just leave it. Maybe we can come back to it in 10 years.
I think that's what the idea is, that it's not gonna be this year, it's not gonna be next year, it's not gonna be the year after next. It's probably say 2015 or 16. We'll see whispers of it.
Like even look at the Old Republic. They made 2 games, good, and then all of a sudden.
But then again, that wasn't even.
Well, the first one was BioWare.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next one wasn't BioWare, but that's what I mean. Now that EA is in that mix, it's like, well, that Mass Effect game does really well. Make it out.
Yeah, it's good. They're kind of.
And BioWare kind of goes.
It's kind of a double-edged sword being with such a big
right, you get the
producer.
money.
Yeah.
That you need to make really amazing games.
But then that's you're getting all this extra money.
You're under their thumb.
Yeah, so.
Because
it's a hit or miss situation.
EA says jump, BioWare now has to go okay, and then do you produce a kind of crap game hoping that they'll okay, it didn't sell that good. You guys cannot do that franchise. Maybe that's why Dragon Age was so, because we don't want to keep working on this franchise. EA, you're going to keep working on this.
Okay.
We are going to own sci-fi, fantasy, and westerns next.
And Jade Empire.
Jade Empire was before EA.
Yeah, that was a really good game.
It was actually at the time not bad.
Yeah, now it's dated.
It is not.
It
is not aged well. It is not quite fine wine.
No.
Not like Old Republic. You can still play.
Old Republic you can play. So But Beyond Good and Evil you can still play, stuff like that.
Yeah, but like BioWare games like Old Republic, you can definitely, Knights of the Old Republic, you can definitely still play.
And still have
You
a
go to
relatively good time.
Yeah, you go to Jade Empire and it's kind of like woof. Because I tried, I got it for like $3 on Steam, and I'm like,
okay, what's the worst could happen? Oh, that's.
And I've played it before.
I remember playing it too.
And I'm like, wow, this wasn't a bad game. So I got it on Steam for $3, going, hell of a deal. That game did not age well like that. No. So.
My vibrating works on my new phone.
Yay!
I need to adjust it so it doesn't vibrate when silent mode.
Speaking of other games, coming up and doing that kind of stuff. Kingdom
this
Hearts.
This is something that you're
intrigued by.
This is pretty much your deciding factor of this thing. This is something that everyone has been talking about forever. Something that you really are looking forward to, and I'm not sure if I am.
Well, okay, Kingdom Hearts.
This is
1.5.
This is the week of Tokyo Game Show.
Yes.
So the next things that we're talking about, a lot of Japanese games.
Yeah.
So, Kingdom Hearts.
They're mixed in.
Yeah.
They're peppered in.
Yeah. Salt.
Salt and pepper.
So Kingdom Hearts.
1.5 remix.
RE mix is what they're saying. Because Tetsuya Nomura likes his REs. Everything of his is RE something. Regarding mix.
Either way.
Kingdom Hearts, this is pretty much the Kingdom Hearts HD collection that people have been clamoring about forever.
But not the HD collection that we all thought was going to come.
No. So, you get a couple games in there.
Yeah, so Kingdom Hearts Final Mix.
Which is Kingdom Hearts 1
Special Edition.
In Japan.
Yeah. And Kingdom Hearts RE Chain of Memories.
Which is the remake on the PS2 of the Game Boy Advance game.
Right.
That bridges the gap between 1 and 2. But, unfortunately, the big game is not in there.
Well,
Kingdom Hearts 2 is not in this mix.
See, and here's my kind of shtick now with this, is you have one, and it's called 1.5 Remix.
It fits. The story,
so you have
the
one,
tagline fits.
You have RE.
So 1.5.
Yeah. And you have cutscenes from
358 over 2 days.
Right.
Because that game did have some pretty nice cutscenes in it.
So I have a feeling that
Kingdom Hearts
they're working on this, and underneath this on the chain is Kingdom Hearts 2.5. Something.
So 2.5, then I'll have Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, and
the cutscenes from Triple D.
3, Dream Drop Distance. So
that's right. Like in my head, that's the way that they're trying to work this.
And then 3. 10 years later.
So either way, I'm not.
Are you going to get this?
I will, because I'm a Disney fan, and
I'm very much surprised that you've never played Kingdom Hearts.
I have played it,
but
I have never
seriously, man, this game's amazing.
I remember the first time I played it was I was at one of my friend's house. Because we were having a party that night, and I had shown up early, because that's just how I roll. And I had shown up way earlier, because that's just I think it was the only time I could get there kind of thing. And her and her friend were playing Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, it's a girl magnet too, by the way.
And they could not play it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you simpletons. So I had no idea what was going on. All I knew was I was running through...
Press X.
This fantasy world, this world that exists within a Disney movie.
Yeah.
And I forgot, was Alice in Wonderland in the first one?
Yes.
Okay, so I was, see. My memory's not as bad as I thought, so. I'm running around in the Alice in Wonderland world with this Keyblade and this kid in these big ass shoes, and every once in a while Goofy and Donald are there, and everybody's talking, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of kooky. I wish I knew how this whole game started, and I wish I knew why, I was running around in this world. But so I played it and going, wow, this is a really good game, but I'm still not buying a PS2. Because back then I was in grade 10.
This is your GameCube era, right?
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, I was in grade 10, I didn't have a job, I had a summer job, I didn't have massive amounts of money to sit there like, new consoles coming out, or, oh, this console.
And the PS2 was expensive to get and really hard to get when it first came out too.
Well, and
I think Kingdom Hearts 2 was out shortly after the PS2's launch.
Yeah, so to me, I was kind of like,
But this is good now, you actually
I can get it, it's hopefully HD'd.
Yes, it will be. 1 and and Chain of Memories will be HD.
And how HD it gets is another
that's another matter. I think Square Enix, we can trust them.
And that's kind of
because the big companies don't want to see their franchises go to.
And especially, to me, the producer.
Yeah, Tetsuya takes a long time to do things.
But that's what I mean. Like, I think he's going to put care into it and make sure that care gets into it.
I think the collection will be made in-house rather than using like Blue Points or Studios or something like that.
Like the Metal Gear game.
That was all developed in-house.
I know, and you can tell.
Yeah. So
you can tell that HD remake was handled with care and delicate hands, and Kojima and team were like, okay guys, this is important. This is our baby. Let us,
Yeah. Get ready for Ground Zeroes. I mean, we can't talk about that game yet.
Yeah, but like, at least they kind of sat there going, okay, this is going to be, we're going to handle this. I feel the same way about this game.
I'm interested in it. I mean, it's been years and decades since I have last played Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And Chain of Memories is kind of difficult to play after you finished it the first time around. Especially because I actually have the PS2 copy of that game, which is actually really hard to find by itself. So, just this collection for Chain of Memories, I think, totally worthwhile. It's a super long game for a Game Boy Advance game. I think it took me like 20 hours to beat.
Yeah.
For like a handheld. So,
and
the PS2 version of Chain of Memories is completely remastered for PS2 controls. It looks way nicer.
So if they keep just upping all.
But then again, they didn't change the gameplay of it because.
That was a side-scrolly.
Yeah, that was a side-scrolling one.
2.5D or whatever. Where
Isometric thing.
Yeah.
So what they did was they kept the 3 movements of the combat, yet they still kept the combat itself with the cards how it was in the Game Boy Advance game.
Yeah. But, and to me, all these HD games keep coming out at $40. So to me, $40 for 2 games and cutscenes from the other one. And again, Square Enix cutscenes.
Probably really good.
HDified.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Super good. So, I'm...
There's no price point, there's no North American date yet. But
yeah, if it's for PS3, I would say maybe summer next year.
Probably.
I'm saying summer next year.
And yeah, $40, I'm gonna guess.
So,
all the other
I'm not sad that 358 over 2 days wasn't included in terms of gameplay, only because that's probably the best gameplay one of all the Kingdom Hearts to date, because you get to play as every single character that exists in the universe as a multiplayer thing.
Yeah.
So you could go online, and if they want to do it, they could make it online compatible. You can play with people with the missions and stuff like that with the different characters. That's just the thing that I
think they're really just trying to, and yes, you're right that they're ramping up to 3, because I think that's essentially the feeling I get from this is, okay, play 1 and play 1.5 to get the story. Here's the cutscenes from this one, because translating it into a console game is going to be kind of hinky for us. So we're just going to give you the cutscenes, then we're going to give you 2.5, which is this.
It'll be 2
and some cutscenes from this.
And Dream Drop Distance.
Dream Drop Distance cutscenes kind of thing.
And then 3.
So this is kind of, to me, this is just...
They're probably just going to have like some sort of weird trailer that ends in the 1.5 that I'm going to have to play to get.
No,
that's not going to make it.
Watch it on YouTube or whatever.
The Kingdom Hearts. It's the Kingdom Hearts.
It's the Kingdom of Hearts and Hearts of Kingdom.
So
I'm excited.
Look forward to that. I am excited, but I don't feel a compelling need to get this yet, only because I have played all 3 of those games.
Right.
So.
Knack
news. Some big Knack news. The Guild Wars 2, the wildly successful MMO that doesn't.
The free-to-play MMO that really kind of started all the free-to-play MMOs.
And really is successful at it. The NCSoft, I can't, or Triton, I keep forgetting. NCSoft? No, I can't. It's not NCSoft. It can't be NCSoft.
Oh no, it's not NCSoft.
No, it's not NCSoft.
No,
it's
NCSoft is the other people. Keep making superhero game.
Arianet, and it's Arianet. It's published by NCSoft, but it's developed by Arianet, I think. So they have announced that the Guild Wars 2 has a downloadable Mac client that you can use now. So people playing Guild Wars 2 on the PC with the boot camp, you can now just play on your Mac.
Which always runs better anyways.
I think, I think depending on how your Windows machine is set up, like Windows 7 is pretty good.
It is, and I don't experience a lot of problems with my boot camp. But
I think it's just because boot camp is so hinky sometimes.
Yeah, if I can run natively
Yeah.
on my Mac,
Yeah.
games run 8,000 times.
Because I remember for a long time.
Unless it was Diablo 3.
I remember for a long time I had to run Team Fortress 2 on my PC side because my Mac version of Team Fortress 2 wasn't quite all there.
Yeah.
And then after a couple updates, I found that the Mac version ran just as good.
Yep.
So now I have no reason to be on PC. And extra more reason, because now Guild Wars 2 is now Mac friendly.
Yep.
I'm happy. Still not getting it yet, but helps me get it sooner.
Right. So.
I'm still waiting for that point Guild Wars 2, because it's still $60.
Yes.
I'm waiting for the time when it's like 50, maybe like $40, like a Christmas sale that Arian has. And I don't need like the collector's editions or whatever. I mean, all that stuff you can just either get in game or whatever.
Or you live without. It's cosmetic.
Yeah,
it's cosmetic.
It's an MMO. There's always something better.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not like it's gonna be a hit or miss. And I've heard that the collector's edition stuff isn't quite so good anyways. It's all like one-time use items.
And a lot of that, yeah. And that's.
And I'm like, well, that's kind of silly.
I feel like Warcraft, because Mist Pandaria comes out in a
couple days.
Yeah.
Couple days.
If in that, like, even the digital collector's edition, they would have included one of the heirloom items that levels with you, I would have been more enticed to pick it up. Because those items aren't, like, game-breaking, because once you hit top level, there's always something better.
Yeah.
And even as you're playing, there's sometimes every once in a while you pick up something and you go, well, hell, it's better than my, heirloom weapon.
Yeah.
I'll replace them until I level up a little bit, and then my axe will again be better than whatever I picked up. So I'm like, why wouldn't you include something like that, where only collectors people got this, like, giant broadsword or something like
I think
that.
it's like the pets and stuff like that, the exclusive pets.
And they do. You get a pet, you get a mount, you get that kind of stuff. And again, cosmetic.
Cosmetic stuff.
So
Guild Wars 2 on the Mac, I'm super excited for. Does this make it easier for you to buy?
yes, I
come
believe
down the
I said
line?
that, didn't I?
Yes.
If it came up for Mac, I'd give it a go. So, yeah.
So you and me in the same boat. I'll let you know when Guild Wars 2 drops.
Drops to a cheaper price.
Yeah, a
Excellent.
imaginable 40 or something.
Yeah, 40 is probably my price point for hopping in.
It's well worth it. I mean, from what I've been told.
And it gets
It's a
free to
huge-
play after that. So.
Yeah, and free to play, but like from what I've told, enough content to justify a $60 purchase.
Yes.
Just-
Totally.
Just not like I'm not an MMO person.
Yes.
So for me to invest time in an MMO all right off the bat, it's hard for me to justify that. I think I'm down to like 2 days left in World of Warcraft.
Before your thing.
Yeah, they sent me the email saying like, you have 4 days left. Oh, okay.
I played last night.
I tried. It didn't load. I was trying to play on this thing. Good beast.
One day.
Won't load anything.
One day. Nintendo news.
Yeah.
And I don't know a whole lot about this Unity engine, but the Unity engine is coming to the Wii U.
This is a very popular engine for mobile gaming and platform and as well
And
small games.
Indie companies, yes. So that Nintendo has bought the rights to have and use the Unity engine, so they can actually distribute it themselves under their own firmware type stuff.
So does this limit other developers from wanting to use
Nope.
Okay.
Because again, this is Nintendo's kind of open platformness that they're going for.
So, but they don't have. What if someone wants to create a Flash game then using the Unity engine on a web browser? Because that's where 90% of the Unity games come from.
And I'm assuming that's I think Nintendo's just pretty much bought the rights to use the Unity engine on their machine.
Okay, so not
as a personal first party gig.
Yeah.
So they can actually build a
I'd be
small
interest-
framework around it and ship it off to indie companies.
I'd be very much interested in seeing what they're gonna do for their first party stuff for themselves.
And yeah, and
not for games, obviously.
This-
Well, it depends on what they do with it. I mean, Nintendo's done things before. All developers have done magic things before, but
this is just to me a bigger freeing of the WiiWare we were talking about it before being kind of because there's a lot of limitations on it. There was
size limitations.
This seems to kind of it looks like Nintendo's kind of opening 8 bajillion more doors than they've had open before.
It's all this stuff. I think Nintendo needs to really wrap up though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting real close.
Oh yeah.
It's getting real close to the date.
Well, and see, I mean, the Unity thing to me is not like a.
That's something you can patch in. So.
Yeah, that's not like a first day thing. It's like, yeah, we have the Unity thing. It'll work on our machine, so you can build games with the Unity engine, and they'll run on the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
You get all of a sudden, what's that game with the kid in the basement and Binding of Isaac?
Mm-hmm.
Like that kind of game on the Wii U would be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, and to me, it kind of breaks that whole, you know, you can only have a certain limit, you can only have this, you can only have that, you can only, to me, it shows Nintendo kind of opening their arms to as many people as humanly possible.
Has Epic expressed interest in make?
Good God, I believe.
I just hit 9.76 megabytes on my 3G network. I do not want to see what I get when I get the LTE network.
I think Cliff Bleszinski was interested in the Wii U. I know that doesn't speak for all of Epic.
I mean, I'd like to see a Shadow Complex on the Wii U.
Yeah.
Just, that would be really cool with the possibilities you can have, like, again, looking around or whatever with the Wii U.
All of your options. I still love the whole options on that touchscreen thing.
But that's something that you can easily do on, like, an iPad, so. And Unreal Engine runs really well on the iOS devices.
It runs, yes, but then all of your controls again are.
Which is what the Wii U pad is.
But the Wii U gamepad has the joysticks and all the buttons.
I don't know. I think with an iPad and an Apple TV, it'd be just the same.
I don't feel that. I need like a joystick. Because I've played games like that on the phones and stuff where they're like, here's the virtual gamepad.
Yeah, but you don't need just the virtual gamepad though. You can have something else. You don't like Infinity Blade.
But again, that's.
Yeah, but that's just the basic start off.
I know.
Infinity Blade 2 is way more dynamic than that.
I don't know. I don't feel that the iPad provides the exact same kind of gameplay as what this Wii U will be able to.
Well, the Wii U gamepad uses resistive technology, doesn't it, on the touch? It's resistive. It's the same thing as the DS and the 3DS.
Yeah, I believe so.
So with multi-touch, you can do way more.
Yeah. But like again, that's why they have the buttons. The gamepad's supposed to be there for like the 3DS. You have your options down there. You have this and that. You have all these different little baby things you can do on the gamepad.
I'm a fan of multi-touch and what people do with multi-touch. So
yeah, I don't like a lot of that stuff. That's why all my games on my phone are like build little cities, build towers, build this, build that. I even got rid of that Dead Trigger game.
Oh, did you try?
I played like twice.
It wasn't bad though, wasn't it?
It was okay.
Yeah. It ran pretty good.
I like a controller. I have another shooting game where you just.
That's not shooting, that's tapping the screen.
Yeah, I know. But he shoots a gun.
It's not shooting.
It's shooting, he shoots. So. Either way, speaking of phones.
Phones? Metal Gear. Hideo Kojima just needs to shut up, I think. He just keeps making things that don't make any sense.
I think he needs help.
He does need help.
Like a prescription drug kind of help.
So, at the Tokyo Game Show, Hideo announced another Metal Gear game, separate from Ground Zeroes and Social Ops.
This one's way more exciting.
It's called Metal Gear Twitter. That's
Metal Gear TW.
Let that sink in for a second. I'm not quite sure what this is.
Stealth tweet!
It's stealth tweeting where you'd follow your friends on Twitter, but then... Okay, so the description on Kotaku here, they says, the modified app uses your Twitter name and followers, but it has a special camouflage mode that allows you to censor elements of your own tweets so that only designated people can read them. Also, there is a stealth type mode, which was described as a mute button, but sounds like a block or ignore function, allowing you to keep certain Twitter users out of your feed without them knowing.
So essentially, yeah, it's blocking.
It's hyper Twitter. It's advanced Twitter.
I was gonna say it's just another Twitter app.
I will probably buy it, but
I know you will just because it says Metal Gear Solid on it. But
I think this is really.
That's like if Nintendo released a Twitter app, I'd be all over that in 5 seconds. But
I don't get you.
See, I don't know.
Hideo, stop making things.
How many Twitter apps do you have on your thing?
On my phone?
Like, can you get a ton of Twitter apps?
Oh
like
yeah,
this? Okay,
we have a gajillion.
So do we, and that's my thing. This is just another.
And I use the official one.
Me too.
I only use the official one because it links into all my iOS features now, so that's why I use it. And plus, it's not a bad app either.
No, they've kind of taken the good stuff from all the other apps.
Yeah.
And just
but a Metal Gear Twitter app? like Hideo needs to stop doing things for a second and just focus on like 2 games. Because
Yeah.
he can do 2 games at once.
Yeah, he can do 2.
2, maybe 3. I mean, I know right now he's got Ground Zeroes, Social Ops. He's not really working on Revengeance, but he's a producer on Revengeance. He's got
Fox, and whatever that other game that he's coming out with that has like a name.
the Fox engine.
Yeah, but remember that first game he was working on for the Fox engine?
Oh yeah, I know what that game's called. It's completely different.
Yeah.
He's got that, and he's got the Zone of the Enders HD collection he's working on, which will be really good.
Yeah.
I recommend you get it when it comes out, because again, made by the same people.
But yeah, he's starting to sound like Square Enix. Square Enix is like Final Fantasy division.
Yeah, but at least his games are going to actually be high quality.
I know, but they're going to be 12 years before we see them. It's like Final Fantasy. They're like, oh, by the way, Final Fantasy 18,000 is coming out.
Oh, no news on Versus 13.
No.
It's still coming out, guys. What?
Totally still
Versus
coming
13, still in development 10 years later.
We'll get it eventually. I hope you weren't looking forward to that one.
I don't have a pre-order on it.
We should get pre-orders on. Then we could be like those Duke Nukem people that held onto their receipts for 12 bajillion years and were thoroughly disappointed in the end.
I applaud them for doing so.
People who actually like had their receipts, like
Yeah,
the
they got
original
it.
receipts.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Like Snake Zero is very patient man, and the Gearbox actually sent them things like bonus swag.
A ton of bonus swag.
Yeah.
Like it was not just like, oh, here have like, you know, they had the balls of steel in the collection.
Yeah, no, they actually
edition.
had
It was like, here is like 12 packages of balls of steel for you and your friends. Here's this. Here's a cardboard cutout of, you know, Duke. Here's this and this and this. Like here's the table we were sitting at was literally filled with swag.
I think that's for that one person, like amazing.
Yeah.
But
I would have thrown all that crap out, but
so
I would have thrown the
Hideo
receipt.
Kojima just needs to shut up.
Yeah, he needs to just buckle down and
do something.
Finish.
Because apparently he might be working on the Metal Gear script 2.
Yes, for the movie.
Which, that's something that I will endorse. Because that's something that he needs to do himself.
And if you think about it, he could probably write that in his sleep.
He could do it in his sleep. He probably has ideas. I mean, he already joked about, you know, actors and directors who he would want. Like.
But that's what I mean. Like, the script to me is not a huge.
No, it's not.
It's not going to take time out of his.
And besides, like, even if he's not the one writing the script, it's going to have to be sent off to him anyways.
Oh,
because he is producing the movie with I can never pronounce
Avi Arad.
Whatever him. So he and Avi are both producing the film, so it doesn't really matter. The script's going to go to him anyway.
Yeah, he's going to see it. So.
Next.
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Is it Mac yet? Is it Mac side yet?
No.
Then not interested.
Exactly. So
is it Mac side
apparently a lot of people aren't interested.
Really?
Because they're starting to cut servers.
Yeah, maybe it's because of Guild Wars 2?
Maybe. Well, you got Guild Wars 2 fighting up against you and Mists of Pandaria.
You're fucked.
So
you're fucked.
You have the biggest MMO and the biggest free-to-play MMO.
And the freest MMO.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
And your subscriber base was already like on a downward spiral.
Since day one.
So yes, they are slowly merging and closing off servers, but
which is never a good thing, I think.
Yeah, it's always and this is the touting thing is.
Your worlds are gonna get bigger.
BioWare and stuff have made it so that servers can hold more as a capacity, which, if you look at something like DC Universe Online, same thing. Sony's worked out that server that's like a mega giga awesome server where all the players can be on one server. The downfall to this is, of course, you'll have to change your name if you end up on different servers. That's just the inevitability of what happens.
Yeah.
So essentially, once this server merge happens, log into your character right away.
Or else you'll lose your character.
Because you want your character name.
Yeah.
But usually what happens, because The Matrix did this too. Remember The Matrix Online?
It was an amazing game.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, we have like 16 servers to start the game with.
It was the most advanced game of rock, paper, scissors ever.
Yeah, and then they dropped to like 9 servers. And then they dropped to like 3 servers.
And they killed Morpheus.
And then they're like, yeah, so the game's gonna like end.
Not like this. Not the real world.
Yeah.
My real world's ending. I've seen that. I watched that actually.
So, but that's what I mean. Like MMOs seem to do that. It's like, oh, we're dropping off. It's not like World of Warcraft. They have merged servers before. merged them, but they still have, 100 servers.
Yeah, I think 100 servers is little for them.
Well, there's a lot of people on
Yeah.
some servers. Like some servers are really high population servers, and then they start new servers. Like when Miss Pandaria comes out,
That'll
there will
probably
be
happen.
new servers,
Yeah.
which I can't touch.
Okay.
I've been playing too long. I cannot start on those servers.
Oh, okay.
That is for new player-based people. Me. Yeah. So you're not like running around like, guys, I hit level 5, and all the people who have been level like 80 for the last 6 months are like. So, but yeah.
Too bad Star Wars. I think.
I don't know, because initial stuff, all of my friends who played it were like, it's like MMO but with Star Wars flavoring. It's great. Like it's like World of Warcraft but with Star Wars flavoring. And they loved it. Because
and now it's free to play, so will be eventually free to play. I don't know when, but
so maybe the free to play thing might save it.
I don't know.
But again, this is my other thing. This was my thing first with MMOs is I'm only gonna pay for one.
Mm-hmm.
So World of Warcraft has my $15 a month. I'm not gonna pay for another MMO.
I think it was like, what was the annual subscription for Star
$13
Wars?
a month.
Okay.
Oh, for Star Wars, I don't know. Same thing, I think.
Mhm.
Pretty close.
They're all hovering on 12 to 15.
Yeah. So I'm only gonna pay that, like $13. And then when it comes to free to play now, I can't have 1,200 MMOs going.
Mm-hmm.
Like those games are so expansive and so big. I like my DCU.
I like my Guild Wars.
And if I get Guild Wars, that'll be good for my free-to-play MMO. Like, I will have 3 MMOs to play.
MMOs are not small games that you can finish in like 12 hours.
That's what I mean.
They're not Call of Duties.
I'm kind of set in my MMO capacity. I do not have room for your Star Wars game or your Star Trek game or your this or your that or your, like you have to come up with something that's
I'm really interested to see what they do with the future of like Star Wars because they were supposed to do expansions and blah, blah, blah.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering where all that content's going to now. Like all that they must have a lot of expansions.
They're still trying to pump it out, and that's the issue that all the endgame players stopped playing.
Yeah, there was just no endgame.
There was, but it took 5 seconds to play.
So they made like a video game pretty much.
Well, yeah, BioWare made a regular Star Wars game
into a game,
and they forgot that there's supposed to be like more to do at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So, that was the issue, and that I find, well, and even like Blizzard with Diablo 3 ran into that problem. People were like, "Where's Endgame?" And it's like, guys, you obviously like Diablo's not like an endgame game. It's not an MMO.
Just go loot again.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It's not the same. And they're like, well, of course it is. It's made by Blizzard. It must be an MMO. So, yeah, Star Wars. I feel bad, but I kind of saw this coming. So
a lot of people saw this coming. When you get low populations, you start merging servers so that people don't feel so lonely.
And you do, and this is what Blizzard has now done. Low population areas of servers now merge with other low population servers or areas of other servers.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're running around a town that would normally only have 2 people on your server, it will through wizardry actually combines. There will be 6 servers in that one space now.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden you'll have people from 6 servers running around.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of a sudden it looks populated again. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, see, that's the wizardry you need to start.
Yeah, but I think because WoW has that population, they can get away with something.
They can, totally.
Weird like that.
But that's what I mean, like, WoW, even if their subscription was falling, so that's why they implemented that, you wouldn't be able to tell now, because it's like, oh yeah, it's just this new feature, so, if you start a new level 1 character, you're not going to be all by yourself anymore. There's going to be other people around. And it's like, oh, awesome. So while that, they could have just gone, yeah, we're merging these servers. Instead of saying like, oh yeah, we're merging this. Oh, you can just play with all of your buddies now, and be like, so.
So moving on. We've got more Tokyo Game Show news.
Yep.
TGS is big. I want to go.
It is big.
So Sony had their own press release this year for I guess their media briefing or whatever. Mm-hmm. To many people's dismay, The Last Guardian still not anywhere.
No.
But that's kind of what we expected.
Yeah.
But something not a lot of
it's
people.
Still being made.
It's somewhere. They did renew the license.
Hot dog.
So that's a minor update. They do have the license for The Last Guardian again.
They didn't decide to change the name after all.
I guess not. So that's not their, I guess, big news. But the big news this is new PS3 hardware coming out, a PS3 super slim model, which is slimmer than the current generation model out there.
Yes.
It features a top-loading disk drive and is, air quotes, Apple percentage number thinner than the last generation. Yeah. I don't know how much it is. It is coming out next week, guys. November 25th. It is coming out.
The 250 gig model's coming out.
So the 250 gig model's coming out next week with a copy of Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception,
Yeah.
and some Dust 514 stuff, which is the EVE Online
Yeah.
first-person shooter counterpart
Yes.
of EVE Online. So I don't even think you're going to need to pre-order this. I mean, if you don't have a PS3 by now, this is probably the best time to get a PS3.
Yes.
There is also going to be a 500 gigabyte model
Yes.
offered late October
Yes.
to coincide with Assassin's Creed 3 because Assassin's Creed 3 will be bundled inside
Yes.
this model, which I think is a great deal.
I think so.
I think so. 500 gigs is how I have 300. I have a 360 gig hard drive on my PS3, and I haven't even topped that yet.
Oh no.
So for 500 gigs, you are probably getting a very great deal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
There's no price point on that one yet.
no. So the 250 gig model, I think, is just the standard game bundle price point that they're having right now for the current generation PS3.
Yeah.
You just have another option to buy.
So now if you don't own a PS3,
You have no reason not to.
there's
This is the best.
if you already own a PS3,
Don't worry about it.
whatever.
Maybe if your fat PS3 is showing its age, maybe it's time to upgrade, but
I'd still wait until your
yeah.
old PS3 blows up.
yeah, my old PS3 hit the fan, so I was like, no, fuck this noise. I'm never gonna play PS2 games anyway, so.
But that's what I mean. Like, with me, I don't buy consoles as they continue to oh look, we've made it thinner and a little bit cheaper. Oh look, we've made it thinner and a little bit cheaper. Oh look, we've made it thinner and a little bit cheaper.
And then the next year, hey, the next generation's out.
Yeah.
So
to me, as long as your console that you currently have works,
yeah,
there's no need to upgrade.
Yeah.
Unless
it shit the fan, or
you
if
got
you need, or if you need another one for some. I know some people need more than one PS3 in their households.
which then yes, because
Yeah.
but or you got that Xbox with the 4 gig hard drive on it.
Oh god, what a piss off.
And you feel like you could, another model comes out and you go, oh, I can totally, instead of spending however much money it is on a hard drive, I can just get a whole new system with a bunch of other.
Well, the nice thing about the PS3 is if you're not satisfied with how much gigabytes you have on your hard drive, pop your hard drive out and put a new one in. Works like magic.
Yeah.
Which was huge. A lot of people were thinking that the press event they would announce the rumored 12 gigabyte model of PS3, which would rival the Xbox arcade one.
Yeah.
I mean, 12 gigs is pretty big.
Yeah.
Compared to a 4 gigs. I mean, for 12 gigs, you can download a couple games, install some of them, and then you're good to go. And if you're not satisfied, hard drive in, you're good. Big one.
And I mean, you can do that on the X. You can buy the new hard drive on the X.
Yeah, but they're so much more expensive.
I know they're pricey,
So that's why it's much more economically efficient on the PS3. So first big hardware announcement: new PS3 SKU.
Yes.
Thinner. The PlayStation Vita is getting a makeover. They are making a vibrant red, I believe it's called, and a sapphire blue model. Essentially, there is a red and blue color Vita model coming out later this year for
Nothing else fancy
Japan.
about them.
No, nothing really. Even the buttons, I think, are still black, which weird.
Yeah.
The touchpad is the respective colors, so
Yes.
that's neat. So if you feel like you still need a PlayStation Vita, I'd hold out.
And you want a different color.
Yeah, I'd hold out. I mean, the white one's coming out in October, and the red and blue ones are coming out sometime during the holidays for Japan.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And those units are what's that, region free.
Yeah.
So if you have a little bit of extra dough, you can pre-order those out for this.
So I was gonna say Nintendo's getting a white 3DS in Japan.
So
that we're not getting here.
Yeah, Sony's pretty good with the color schemes in releasing them over in the States, albeit not at the same time. I mean, I remember back when the PSP came out, they had 10 different PSP colors, and we got 2.
Yeah.
And eventually, over the years, we got
the rest
of them in bundles.
Nintendo has said that North American people don't like white Nintendo systems, so that's not a Nintendo system.
It's a white phone.
So we get different colors from Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's not like Nintendo.
We still got the pink one, we still got the purple one.
Yeah, Nintendo's not like, you guys don't like colors.
So, same price point, I imagine, for the new colors of Vita systems.
I would assume.
So
maybe a different bundle or something.
Yeah, maybe a bundle will add in a game or something like that, or something down.
Matches with the
or maybe they'll put in some PlayStation Plus content, because they, at their same event, they announced that the PlayStation Plus service will now be increasing its save files from 150 megabytes to a whopping 1 gigabyte, which is weird.
My friend can't wait.
I haven't even hit my upper limit of my saves.
Dingy has.
I don't transfer my saves to the cloud.
Not
all of them. Some of them I do.
This is how he rolls, because he explained it to me. He gets his.
Oh, he's a trophy hunter, isn't he?
He gets his super duper trophy. Like he gets that top trophy, like the platinum. Yeah, and then he moves the save file onto the cloud.
Okay.
That means it's done. It has been completed. If he moves it onto the cloud.
Okay, I can see that. That's fair.
So that's why he's looking forward to this gig, because he's.
But the save files aren't that big either.
No, but he's tapped out.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He's not that many platinums?
Yeah.
I can't believe that guy.
I know.
And every time I see him, he's like, get more platinums. I'm like, screw you.
I know.
Are you gonna buy me the games?
Dang, that was hilarious that day. You're at 99%. Play one game for the love of God. And I'm like, okay. So when I got Borderlands for free, I threw that in and got a few trophies. I checked and I had leveled up.
I don't care about my trophies. I used to, but now I could care less. I like getting them. I don't care what my levels are, but I enjoy getting them.
Like I said, I like getting achievements on my Xbox, and I also like now that a lot of the games are coming with rewards for your avatar. So like I started playing Deadlight. I didn't play it enough to actually really talk about it, but I got an achievement that unlocked a hat that's a zombie hand touching my brain.
Oh, that's neat.
But that's what I mean. Like, so you sit there going, like, you can get excited about unlocking some of that stuff because it's a little bit more physical.
I guess.
Like, it's tangible. You can like, it's all of a sudden it's like
it's pseudo tangible.
Yeah, like it's a reward. It's not just like hey. So. And some of the rewards are like finish all achievements in the game.
Some of those I'm not overly excited for, anyways. But no. But PlayStation Plus, 1 gigabyte.
Yes.
Now, the one thing I've been clamoring about since the Vita's day one is that where's my PlayStation Plus on my Vita?
Yes.
Well, PlayStation Plus is hitting the Vita. Yay!
Woo.
So free games galore on my Vita, and I'm super excited for that.
That's the only reason everybody has PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, free games.
Yeah.
So, well, free games.
Okay, they're pretty much free.
It's so cheap.
For the amount of, and that's how I convinced, I think that's how I convinced Dingy to get it, was like, look at all the games you get for free. You won't even notice this money is missing from your bank account.
I was on board with PlayStation Plus like day 2, and albeit then was kind of like, why am I a PlayStation Plus member? But now I look at it and go like, oh, I get it. So I'm excited to see what they do for the Plus on the Vita, like whether it's free games, more functionalities, stuff like that. I do enjoy the backing up cloud saves automatically. That is something awesome. And automatic patches was awesome too.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if does the Xbox do that one? I think it does.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it does automatic patches for games that you play. Because I turned my PlayStation on the other day, and it's like, we installed a patch for you for Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, I know. Well, and it's great when like DCU gets a patch, because it's like, oh, we downloaded, we got the patch going.
Yeah, but you still need to install it.
You totally still need to install it, and those things are huge.
I know, I don't feel comfortable leaving my PlayStation on all night anymore.
Holy jeez.
Especially coming from us that don't play that every other day.
That's what I mean, like, holy god, and I try to keep it updated, like, that's the one I try to keep updated,
because I have the same problem with World of Warcraft now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm trying to log in, I'm like, okay, whatever, I'll just try and play it for like half an hour.
Yeah. No. You gotta patch it down.
No, I'm like, fuck that noise.
Yeah.
TF2.
Yeah.
Because Steam automatically updates every single game that you want to play. Yeah. Or the ones that you play frequently, because I know TF2, mine gets updated, Left 4 Dead gets updated all the time, Killing Floor is not getting updated.
But yeah, no, Xbox doesn't usually do that, but their patches are really...
Yeah, they're fast, but it's not automatic.
No.
But I like the PlayStation one where I've set mine up at around 11 a.m.
Yeah, mine was at
not,
noon.
yeah, so I'm not home anyways at that time, so I'm like, whatever, I'm not playing games.
When I am home, it's scary as hell, but...
When I'm home, I'm trying to play my PlayStation, I'm pushing the button, I'm like, the hell?
I'll be sitting on my bed and it's like, beep. You can hear it kind of starting to do its, and I'm like...
Oh no, this is me when I'm like doing something on my computer, I'm like, I want to play some PlayStation 3. I kind of hear it on when I sit down with my controller, I'm trying to press it.
No.
I'm like, wait, what's going on? So, because I always push my button before I turn my TV on, because it takes a little bit longer to load the PS3.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, oh, it's updating. Circle, play game. I'll just let it update tomorrow.
Yeah. No, and the Xbox patches are so baby and tiny, it's literally... The console updates for me right now are pretty big because I'm in the beta for the dashboard. So every once in a while it's like, oh, there's a dashboard update, and I'm like, good.
Yeah, no games for me right now.
So then I turn my PS3 on thinking I'll go play some DCU, but then that has to patch, so then both of the systems are patching, and then I end up playing some dumb game on my phone. As I'm sitting there like, come on, network, go, or I'll sit there on my
Team Fortress 2.
Well, or I'll have my laptop and I start playing World of Warcraft, so I think my Wi-Fi router's downstairs going like, what are you doing to me?
So that's some Sony news from this year. Next.
Humble Bundle 6 was announced.
This huge game, well, one huge game, anyways.
Yeah, one huge, actually,
have they updated the game list yet?
Nope, this is,
okay.
You get the game list and you get, there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, and you get 5 of the 6
of the
soundtracks.
So what it is, well, I mean, if you don't know what Humble Bundle is.
Yeah, if you don't know by now what Humble Bundle is,
whatever.
Crawl out from under your rock. But
whatever. So of all these games, I think the only one I'm really most interested in is Torchlight.
Yes.
And maybe Shatter, but Shatter's also on the PS3, so.
Yeah. I'm kind of looking. I
don't
installed it, but Rochard looks intriguing to me.
Rochard.
It looks like a little isometric shooter, like side-scroll shooter type game, but it looks kind of pretty. So.
Recoil Games. I love these indie. Huh. It reminds me of what's that game? I was just talking about Shadow Complex.
Yeah.
Shadow Complex mixed with a little bit of Portal.
Yep. So that's what I mean. Like I'm not like overly thrilled to be like, oh my god, but I paid $10 for my bundle, which is still less than like $2 a game.
Yeah.
So.
And plus this music.
And plus the music. So
I really like them adding the music thing in now.
Me too. And I have Torchlight on my Xbox.
I've never played Torchlight.
It is.
I've played it, but I don't think I've ever owned it.
To me, it is what Diablo 3 should have been, which is kind of sad considering Torchlight came out how many years ago?
Yeah.
So.
Well, now Torchlight 2, I don't know if we're talking about that one.
We are next.
Okay, so. Shh. So Torchlight, well, I mean, everyone knows what Torchlight 2 is.
I know.
So yeah, if anything, this is well worth even if you were a cheap bastard, $1.
Yeah.
It's well worth Torchlight.
You just if you don't spend the $5.80 average, you don't get Dust Force, which in my opinion, I played a bit of it. It's not going to kill you to not get Dust Force. So.
The world has been corrupted with dust and filth, and it's up to a handful of acrobatic janitors to win their war on grime.
Yeah.
That's.
Oh,
I've seen this game before. Yeah. This is a crazy looking game.
Yeah.
Because you're kind of defying gravity while.
Yeah, the controls are kind of kooky.
Is it one of those like Twitch control games?
Yeah.
It looks like it.
Like it's very twitchy, which is really hard on a computer.
I think most of these are Xbox controller compatible too. So.
Yeah.
So it's like Super Meat Boy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Crazy.
And it's a really tiny, like the game installed in about 2 seconds. And
so
yeah,
the average right now as of this recording is
580.
580. So 590 will get you something. All of them.
It gets you all of them plus soundtracks except
the
for
Steam keys.
Vessel.
Plus the Steam keys.
Plus, yes, you get Steam keys for all of them. Vessel, I think, only works on.
Yeah, there's an asterisk here.
Yeah.
It works on OS X. It doesn't work on Windows. I think, or is it the other way around?
I think it's the other way around right now. They're working on it though. It says that like if you buy it, and you go in here, coming shortly.
Oh, well, that's
for
good.
the Mac. So you will eventually get it for your Mac.
Oh, that's good.
So it's not completely out of range of the Mac. It's just biding its time.
I'm not quite sure if I want this. I've got about 10 days to decide, so.
Oh yeah, there's still a lot of time.
And I'm not really interested in Dust Force, but I am interested in Torchlight.
Yeah.
So.
And Torchlight for this kind of money is, I mean,
Insane.
plus I like some of the songs from I was going through some of the songs that I had gotten off the soundtracks. Because not all video
game. Is the Torchlight soundtrack on that? Oh, that's all.
That's what I mean.
So
you get this really kind of cool, just vibey environmental music from Torchlight.
It would totally be my first soundtrack on this thing.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. To me, it's worth.
I might. Okay, so.
Space Pirates and Zombies, by the way. I also tried playing that on the Humble Bundle.
Mm-hmm.
Holy in-depth crazy game.
Oh, that's good.
I was kind of hoping it would be a quick little, like, space asteroid shooter.
Nope.
They're like, we're going to war with these people, and this is all your fault. We need to rebuild our spaceship. Get going. And I'm like, this is really complicated. I was just looking to kill something.
Oh, so it's like V.
Yeah.
I like V.
But I'm totally looking forward to getting into Space Pirates versus Zombies or whatever. But
I love the name of it already.
It's called Spaz. Love it. Space Pirates and Zombies.
Love it.
But yeah, it was way more than I was thinking it was going to be. So it is another one on my list to play. Yes, but go get Humble Bundle 6.
It's always these Humble Bundles are always a good idea. I think the one bundle I didn't quite enjoy as much as I thought it would be was the introversion bundle, because those guys in Britain make some weird fucking games.
Well, the Humble Bundle now has accounts.
Yeah, so you can see your list.
You can see everything that you have.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. I love it. So yeah, you can totally, if you want to download them, just
Specific
as downloads.
games.
Yeah, you can download them. These aren't the Steam keys. If you want your Steam keys, you go down into the bottom. There's all of your stuff.
Yeah.
So I've had 3, 4, 5, 6, the intro version, the music bundle, the Mojang bundle. Blah, blah, blah,
Oh, I want to play Mojang again. The Mojang game again.
Yeah, and then all your music.
Mm-hmm.
It's thrown into one. Wow, I have way more music than I thought I'd. Holy. Okay. Nick needs to. Okay.
Don't worry, you're getting a new iPod soon.
I am.
We're getting you a new iPod soon.
I just didn't realize.
Yeah.
I had all of this in there. Bastion soundtrack, by the way. Amazing.
Well, yeah, that's awesome.
It's great music to just work to. The same with Torchlight, I found, is just like if you're writing, it's environmental, so it's not like lyrics get in the way of your thoughts and ideas. It's just kind of this really nice background, subtle background music. I love it. So, and speaking of Torchlight,
Torchlight 2,
dun, dun, dun.
It's out now, right?
It is.
But it's pretty inexpensive.
It is hella cheap.
It is $20 to buy this game. So for $25, you can have a complete Torchlight experience from the Humble Bundle and Torchlight 2. Yeah. So.
And Torchlight 2, Windows only at this point in time, and not coming out for the consoles.
That's okay, I guess.
As they had, because Torchlight 1 came out for the consoles. It had to be adapted to work with the controller, and I thought they did a really good job, and even the guys who made Torchlight thought they did a really good job, and they made money off of it, but
it's probably expensive, I think.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, a lot of expenses.
And I think they've been touting Torchlight enough on the computer.
Yeah, it's definitely a big name within even the loot community of.
Oh yeah,
the loot horror community.
People are looking more forward to Torchlight 2 than Diablo. There was this whole do I get Torchlight 2, do I get Diablo?
Because Torchlight 2 finally has multiplayer, right?
It does.
So that's the big change this time around.
It's got new classes, it's got multiplayer, and it's from the core team that originally made Diablo 2.
So you're really not losing out.
So the guys who made Diablo 2 that everybody loved left Blizzard
and made their own.
Made Torchlight, and whoever was left to kind of scrape up what was left made Diablo 3. So these guys are like the original.
So if you want an authentic Diablo experience,
this is the way to go.
Torchlight and Torchlight 2 are your best bet.
Yeah. And the thing I kind of liked about Torchlight was it was small because here's this town. They have this mine. This mine has like 100 levels to it. You have to get to the bottom level.
I'm surprised they don't have Torchlight on.
And every level is.
Isn't it randomly generated? Yeah. Like an actually good dungeon.
Yeah.
Crawl.
Yeah. So every time you go through this thing, it is completely different play.
So that's good.
So you're going, and all the items are the same way, like, you know, boots could fall off this guy the one time, they won't fall off him again.
Or the similar boots, just
Yeah.
the stats are different.
You get a pet, every class gets a pet.
Pretty much, they didn't really reinvent the Torchlight formula, they just made it better.
Yes.
So,
And yeah, they've changed the classes up.
I would like to see Torchlight on mobile devices. I think it would work great on like an iPad or a Nexus 7 or even the iPhone 5 because there's enough screen real estate that you can have a decently looking game on it. I think.
I think you'd get a little on the screen this big. iPad maybe.
The iPad with the Retina display would look
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Because yeah, and I mean the dungeon crawlers are essentially
Just
a
left
mouse
click,
a mouse
left click,
based
left
game.
click, left click. So that's why I'm thinking like even for an iPhone 4 or iPhone 5.
You'd have to be really.
Like there's some decent ones out there. Like GameLoft has made a couple of them. I'm not saying those are blows anything out of the water or anything, but it's done. It's just not perfected.
Yeah. And but I think the screen size is your biggest deterrent there because it's like shoot spell over. No, shoot spell over. Right there. That's what I mean. On an iPad, I could feel it being big enough that you could sit there going like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's touch based, so you just touch the direction where you want to go.
Yeah. So, movie news. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
This is a new movie. That's an actual movie.
And they teased it. They're like, here is, the poster art for this movie coming out with Rocket Raccoon and all of his
The
goodness.
talking tree and.
Yeah. Either way, James Gunn, I believe.
This is the guy that does
Super and Slither.
So, he's directing it.
James Gunn.
He is directing it.
He is directing and co-writing.
Oh, goody. So.
And he's co-writing with Joss Whedon.
Surprise, surprise!
So, he's not really Joss Whedon's kind of going to be there as like, okay, if we're making this work within this universe. This is Joss Whedon's new job, by the way. He's kind of
the Marvel writer.
He's the Marvel go-to guy for
movies,
lore keeping, as it were. Just to make sure continuity works throughout all of these movies now. So he's kind of the go-through guy. So it's not like the two of them are going to sit down and write this movie together. Mm-hmm. They might if Joss feels like he wants.
If he's not busy enough.
Yeah. He's got some time off, man. He's good.
He's writing the Avengers 2 right now.
Written. You knew it was written.
It's not written. It's in his brain.
It is.
His brain doesn't count as written.
I'm assuming there is a draft edition that's about this thick. Either way, James Gunn, yes, totally. I am excited about him directing this because it is an off-the-wall comic from what I've looked into. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's a talking raccoon
and a talking tree.
Yeah,
magic people.
Yeah, so it's an already off-the-wall kind of experience, and
with his experience for
James Gunn is an off-the-wall kind of guy, and his humor in Super could totally translate over to something like this.
I think Super he went just a little bit too far.
I think that was him and Rainn Wilson working together.
Okay,
but just that comedy essence of Super, where all of a sudden it's like crime is bad and smashes him with a wrench that you do not see really coming.
Yeah, like or the part where Ellen Page's head gets.
Yeah, well, but see that's just like shock. But at least like when the guy gets smoked with the wrench, I laughed like hysterically because it was just you're not expecting it and it is so just like wow. That kind of thing with like a blaster gun could work out hilariously.
I think that in Super it was a little bit too much for me.
It was.
Just a little bit too much. I think if they toned it down to be
and I think if you have Joss Whedon there, if Joss Whedon and James Gunn's humor go together, mm-hmm. you're going to get one fantastic movie. And James Gunn knows he can't make a rated R movie with this. Mm-hmm. If it is going to connect into the greater Avengers universe, it cannot be rated R. So he knows he won't be able to go all out crazy.
So that's exciting.
But he'll still be able to respect.
I'm excited to see what the other directors are getting for the other Marvel movies that are crazy.
I know. And the other thing about James Gunn is, like I had said before, he has worked with Nathan Fillion a whole ton. So
we'll see.
Nathan Fillion already works for ABC. Kind of getting into one of the Marvel movies could be kind of cool.
That's a very tough, long stretch though.
It is. Well,
it is a very, very long stretch.
Who was in Slither?
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, who was in Super?
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah. See,
It's weird, okay? I'm not ready. I don't think my mind's ready for that. My mind's not ready.
And like the one editorial thing I read, it's literally like these guys are a group of misfits from space.
Like Firefly.
Yeah. So like that's it's like how ironic would it be to throw Nathan Fillion in as, and if you're gonna throw him in, I would hope he'd actually be a character, or at least the voice of something. So he could continue on. It wasn't just like a little one shot kind of like, hey, it's Nathan Fillion, because I feel like he could be a superhero.
He is a superhero though.
I know, but like I feel like if you're gonna throw him into a Marvel movie, at least make it worth it.
Yeah.
Like don't just be like, okay, we can throw Nathan Fillion into a movie, just throw him in. Because as great as what was he, the Holy Avenger in Super?
Yeah.
As great as those scenes were,
He was such a side character though.
he was definitely like this baby little side character that you almost could not have had in the film, like in the film. So I don't want them to do that. If they're gonna use Nathan Fillion, don't use him like that. That'd be bad.
It's still a ways away. This is what the galaxies of the universe is like. What, 6?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's like 2014 or something like that.
I don't know if there's Galaxy's planned for August of 2014.
So 2014. Still far enough away that if they're going to do any sort of things, they can still kind of gauge and adjust. They can be like, oh yeah, these people are in the running for this role. What do you think? And then the internet will like either get a nerd boner or yell at it. So
Nathan Fillion. Done!
as the villain.
They're thinking Thanos might be the villain.
Oh yeah, that's right. That could be a possibility because that's what the Guardians of the Galaxy do. They protect the galaxy like the Green Lanterns. So yeah.
Because Thanos was one of the big bad guys with Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's where so people are like, oh man, Thanos is going to be the big bad guy in the next Avengers movie. That might not be the case. It could be that Thanos is the tie-in to the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and the Guardians of the Galaxy will have a different little teaser trailer thingy at the end that will result into the Avengers
It would be like
off.
the Fantastic Four.
So they can get the rights back.
By that time, I think. By that time, I think it's forfeit, right?
If they don't make another one, which Fox is planning.
But yeah, planning doesn't mean done.
No, well, look what happened with Daredevil. Everything fell through.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's
that's
right.
what I mean,
what I'm
like-
saying. Yeah.
Oh no, it could work. It could. They can't bank on that though, which sucks because of course the next step up from Thanos is obviously you start going into Galactus territory, but that's
Still very far away.
but that's fantastic.
I know, but
territory,
and still far away
Yeah.
for that. Maybe Disney will just buy the rights back.
I really wish that Disney would just use their all deep
Their power.
Scrooge McDuck vault of money to just buy these things back. Because I would like it if the Marvel Universe was just contained.
Because it's just Marvel and not Marvel. It's just Fox and
So
Sony, right? That's left. I don't think there's any other loose ends here and there.
no, because Warner Brothers owns all the DC stuff, so they've never even got into the whole
Yeah.
Marvel thing.
Yeah. Who did the Punisher?
Good question. 'Cause that one could go back to Marvel. That would actually be really cool if Marvel Studios did like a rated R flick.
The Punisher. No, that was the Punisher. This is the newest one, right? 2004. Yeah.
Well, it's not the newest one.
Well,
but it's
the most recent.
the better one of the recent ones.
But is this the most recent one though? 'Cause
No.
no.
Warzone or something.
2008.
No, with a completely different guy playing the Punisher. And
Fact checking.
checking the facts.
Fact checking. I just saw it.
Just for you.
Lionsgate. Oh, so Marvel owns the rights for Punisher then.
Cool.
Which, I don't know how you felt about this Punisher though.
I didn't even see this one. My friend liked the other one more. This one had the brutal violence that the other one should have had, but apparently this guy cannot pull off the Frank West story. Or not Frank West,
Frank Castle.
yeah, Frank Castle.
It's kind of recent, 2008.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, no, it took the
did.
violence that was missing from the last one.
It did decently enough. IMDb's got it at 6.
Yeah, I still like the, I
This one's at 6.4.
I liked this one, and this guy actually just did a little short.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Where
Yeah.
he beat some people up with a liquor bottle. Jack
So-
Daniels. So.
Guardians of the Galaxy, one step forward.
Yeah, and to me, it's part of that whole Marvel doing their thing with characters that people really don't know.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool, because
I
Doctor Strange is on the list for movies.
I'm actually really excited to see what they have planned for the Shield movie.
Yep.
The one that has Nick Fury, Black Widow, and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see, and of course Maria Hill. I'm interested to see what that will turn into, whether it's going to be go into the TV show or movie or both.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be interesting. That's what I mean. Like they're focusing on some of the smaller characters, which is nice because they plug them into these other movies.
Pretty much.
And it's like, well, where did Maria Hill come from?
Yeah, where did Hawkeye come from?
Yeah.
I think I saw him in Thor.
Yeah.
And then I didn't see him again for a while.
Like Jeremy Renner just kind of keeps showing up places, and it's like, oh, it's Hawkeye. It's like, what?
Jeremy Renner's awesome.
Who is Hawkeye? And it's like Hawkeye. Just stop asking stupid questions.
Born Legacy, though. That's a movie I watched.
That was obviously the prequel to the Hawkeye story.
Yeah, apparently. Not a prequel to Entertainment Factor, though. Very slow movie. Very, very slow movie. Maybe I'll write something about it.
Either who.
That's it for now.
Yep.
Site news?
Site news. I reviewed Madden.
You reviewed Madden?
Yep. I think I've
Yeah.
specifically talked about that one enough. And Friday, today, you have reviewed
The Maverick. Not The Maverick. Maverick. The super weird movie. I haven't seen it in quite some time, so...
It's
I
about,
like it.
It's about a poker playing
Cowboy. Poker playing cowboy with a silver tongue.
Yep.
It's Mel Gibson and everybody else in that era in one movie.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Jodie Foster, Alfred Molina, Danny Glover. And I think the thing that really got my interest is while I was watching the film, I actually looked on IMDb, and some of the actors in there are actual genuine cowboy actors from that era.
Yep.
So using authentic cowboy actors really got me interested in this movie. It's like, oh man, this movie is based off this person's work back in the 80s. I'm like, this is friggin' cool.
Yeah.
80, not the 80s, but like maybe 60s or something. I don't know when the cowboy era was. But whenever that era.
There's something about 90s movies that's just, I don't know,
Oh, and yeah.
like studios seem to kind of care more back then. I don't know.
And Sunday there was
and
the
Sunday.
Gundam style.
Yes.
I can never pronounce it. Is it Gundam style or
I
Gundam
don't know.
style?
I don't know.
It's the Deadpool versus Gundam
Yeah.
spoof. I'm surprised I haven't found a Gundam movie until now. I watched. I think for Deadpool though, I could definitely see him doing that in like either the game that he's coming out in or in a comic book.
That Deadpool game is either gonna like be so awesome or so bad.
Nathan Fillion is being dead. No, not Nathan. Nathan Drake. Oh, not Nathan Drake. Nolan North. Nolan North is being Deadpool, so...
He does a good job as Deadpool, because he was Deadpool in one of the Spider-Man games.
I think he might have been Deadpool in...
Shattered Dimensions.
No, I was going to say VC3.
Yeah.
In
yeah,
VC3.
and he... did he play Deadpool in the Marvel Ultimate Alliance game?
I never played that game. But he... With Nolan North behind, I think... At least the voice.
The voice will be accurate, and the jokes will be good. It's just a question of...
will the gameplay follow through?
The game itself follow, like...
I'm only interested in scenes where it's like, you do something really friggin' cool, and then like he'll pause for a second, and he'll go like, the game will pause, he'll walk towards the screen.
Yeah.
And then he'll go like, hey, did you see me? Did you see me do that?
Yeah.
I did that, not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Or like the pause screen, like the world will pause, and then he'll like walk forward for a little bit and sit on like a chair or something. I don't know. Something really...
Ooh, he does male voice in Guild Wars 2.
Sold? Nolan North does everything though.
Oh, I know.
Remember that year he was in like every game?
Yeah.
It was like 2010 or something.
He's still in every game.
Yeah, no, he won't stop. And he doesn't even look ugly either. He could be a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could see him as like some sort of old scruffed up guy.
It actually would be, if the Uncharted movie ever gets off the ground, it would be cool to throw him in as just like a little
Side note.
Right off the beginning, like Nathan's dealing with someone, and it just so happens to be Nolan North, and then Nolan North ends up getting shot and killed or something. Like just something like a baby little role that you can just
Nathan shot himself.
Lollipop chainsaw.
Of course, I think
Young
he played
Justice.
Didn't he play like the boyfriend? In
No, that
Or
was
he played additional
voices.
Oh, I love-
Literally, additional voices.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah. Dota 2. Connect Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure.
He's been on a lot of things, guys.
We go through this every once in a while, this whole list.
Yeah, it's not.
Spider-Man Edge of Time, additional voices. So he goes from doing Shattered Dimensions, Deadpool, to additional voices in the next game.
Space Core from Portal 2.
PlayStation Move Heroes.
Oh, so yeah, he does Deadpool in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And then Desmond Miles.
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed.
He's been Desmond Miles for some time now. Marvel Superhero Squad, U.S. Agent. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, he was War Machine. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, he was Ghost Rider and Hawkeye. Like, that's what I mean. He does.
He's a well-versed voice actor.
Yes.
If there's someone to look up to in voice acting, he would be it.
Yeah.
So that's it for now.
Yes.
Come join us next week for more.
More fun and games.
Mostly games.
Yes.
Fun.
Yay!
Bye. Quick, hump the camera.